The Journeyman or Woman's Craft. Journey work is a strand of psychopathology rooted in anthropological principles. It works to balance or heal disorders of the mind-body-emotional continuum. It investigates the dynamic field that animates interaction between the areas of conscious action, subconscious attributes, and what might represent the unconscious or unknown elements. Imagine a blank canvas in your mind's eye. There is a continuum which engages the three bodies named above, moving about on your page. We shall name this range the psyche. In this instance, I have suspended all defined thought patterns associated with the term. Within journey work, standard cosmology describes the realms that constitute the domain of the psyche. These worlds are traversed by practitioners who are familiar with and work inside them. The territories abound with universal, archetypal imageries, themes, plots, and stories. A typical example of a world we are all familiar with is the world tree. The middle world is the province of conscious action. It signifies the physical world of our awareness and living in presence, or in the now. The lower world contains subconscious and unconscious activity. Action that stems from here we have little explicit explanation for, and as a result, many varieties of deduction produces many theories of how these realms operate. The upper world comprises superconsciousness and describes higher or virtuous qualities that we can comprehend or aspire to as human beings. Journey work practitioners have been around for as long as mankind has had the ability to describe his own environment and are found amongst every single culture that inhabits this earth. Each culture has their initiated lineages of tradition, ceremony, and ritual encasing their heritages. These traditions do not ignore the cosmos within which our home flies. Humans are not considered as separate beings, rather that they inherently participate in the fabric of existence. Unknown elements are honored as being significant, important, and relevant to each singular and collective experience. Traditions are handed down with reverence to those who have been called to their purpose of being of assistance to humanity, the earth, and the universe at large. The journeyman or woman's work is to facilitate finding the balance necessary to be in right relationship with the earth, our current home. Our interactive experience with the earth, soaring through a boundless sky, is marked as one of magnificence and awe-inspiring action. The journeyman or woman cultivates the attitudes of wisdom. Indeed, it can be said that this wisdom, then, has the ability to move mountains. Fundamentally, the road less traveled in the search for wisdom is the one where you stand alone, the road where you abandon your kickstarts entirely and you turn the key to your own engineering, optimizing your powers of choice. The more proficient and practiced you become in the standalone techniques, the stronger you'll become at handling your own life. The teachers who can teach you this skill feed you for lifetimes. Seek those, treasure them. The guidance of a qualified journey work practitioner will assist you by working within an established and protective container of protocol. These formalized rules of engagement have been determined, practiced, and passed down to acolytes through the ages. The protocols provide strong boundaries that allow you to freely and safely explore your bright skies and murky muds alike. Guides will indicate areas they are familiar with and offer perspectives recognizable to the collective. They offer you clues to seek, follow, or bypass the trails that populate your inner landscape. Just like a book, painting, or moving sky stirs a dissemination in your heart, So the discovery of clarity within your own territories can elucidate foundational symbolisms intrinsic to the makeup of your own being. Imagine that, if your fingerprint belongs entirely to you, how much more is there to discover in the rest of your substance? Every single human has access to their divine fingerprint. Perhaps this is what the sage refers to when he says, "Even the hairs on your head are counted." Working under a journey work practitioner, without having to dig too deeply, layers of forgotten or buried data come surging up to the light for transmutation in surprising ways. We are confronted with the opportunity to stretch a little further beyond our perceived limits. Accessing deeper levels within ourselves in this way, we can locate positions to place our intentions to heal from. Archetypal imagery, narratives, and symbolism paint vivid pictures of what experience entails. One is invited to wade into strong currents of deep, muddy water, which, although seemingly dangerous, are navigable and invoke deliberation. Indeed, without this navigation, one could not move forward or back. Systemic pathways driving the interrelationships between our internal organs become engaged in an exchange that goes beyond the mechanical and reductionist view that blood merely moves particles. Quantum properties of matter that occur on the deeper cellular levels become activated, and we have occasion to participate with how they behave within our own closed system. This is the power of our story, our voice, our emanation. Physical and or epigenetic knots fastened into the energetic fields of our anatomy take on a nature that involves the qualities of the sensory, speaking out their reasoning for being in such knotty conditions. The depth of inner work one engages with in the journey process often doesn't find a full measure of closure to a story in a single instance. Since we are dealing with universal themes, I think that is perfectly acceptable. Over time, or on another occasion, something more pertinent may reveal itself. In this way, the vortex of expansion and contraction is perfectly aligned to our experience within the universe. Bringing these deep experiences onto a navigable plane enables one to engage with one's own capacity to transcend difficult or seemingly untouchable concepts. Choosing a practitioner. Just as carefully as you choose your hairdresser, car mechanic, or psychiatrist, your choice of guide in the realms of journey work should be taken under great consideration. A worthy practitioner will be your guide through the basic elements of your internal discernment. Do you align to your practitioner's values and the principles they expound? What practical references can you find that clarify the counselor's integrity? Do they have clear discernment of what constitutes your imagination, what defines imaginal relationships, and how the imagined affect the outcomes in your bag of experience? Of course, these pointers are interchangeable to one another. Clear understanding of each of these qualities active in the workings of your own experience greatly reduce the angst of misunderstanding or remaining trapped in thinking loops that bring no end of discomfort. Once you have used the keys to unlock the doors to your own subconscious landscape, which avenues did or should you follow? What do the doors to your perceptions even look like? Where are they? How do you find your way back to the central atrium? Indeed, where is the central atrium positioned in your world? What constitutes danger in your personal landscape, and how do these translate into your own personal language? Where and what fortifications are in place, and how effective are they in warding off danger? Do you comprehend the difference between your own real dangers and images that come from current fads and gossip machinations circulating the habituated collective? Once-off weekend workshops that offer to teach you how to access the keys to your own subconscious landscape by way of a singled-out practice cannot teach the full range of information relevant to the topic on offer. there are valid dangers to introductory glimpses into insightful bodies of work. For example, one cannot judge the efficacy of Buddhism, Judaism, Hinduism, Christianity, or any ism for that matter by reading only one chapter of knowledge presented into a compacted point of time. To be 100% certain, I am not deflecting the importance of attending ceremonial workshops to unlock your psychic landscape. Indeed, I am advising that you make use of your own integrity, ingenuity, and learning functions over an appropriate space in time, and place this experience into their proper function. Navigating your own personal relationship with these principles in action is an achievable body of inner work. It will build the qualities of trust, confidence, and self-assurance in your innate ability to form and drive sound cognitive decision-making for yourself. Once you have taken some time to invest how to navigate the waters and highways walked by the many before you, you will find valuable keys exclusive to your own Beethovenic genius that potentially unlock the vistas of the usefulness of your own power. I found a valuable and beneficial transcendence practice, which in my view is associated with this type of journey work. The ability to develop and draw meaningful vocabularies down into conversational language. Finding succinct descriptors and logical sentence construction in daily conversation with all my relatives is an engagingly complex activity, but greatly rewarding. I am fortunate to add that the most precious teachers came into my life who gently held my hand as they walked me through the processes that they themselves have discovered and have been taught. My deepest gratitude goes to Edward Collett, Lynn Delamotte, Julian Gordon, and the Crow's Nest community for your support and teachings to unlock this most precious aspect of myself, the vocabulary of my soul.